LeBron is officially on the move, as we all know. In this offseason, he is going to be switching teams. He's an unrestricted free agent right now. He is moving on from the Los Angeles Lakers, and he has 6 teams he's reportedly choosing from: the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Philadelphia 76ers, the Golden State Warriors, the Denver Nuggets, the Miami Heat, and the Minnesota Timberwolves are the 6 teams he's reportedly looking at as his next potential team. And today I'm going to be personally ranking from worst to best how I believe they'd go with fit, how fun they'd be, and just how much it would make sense for LeBron in what I presume is his final year in the NBA. So that's how I'm going to be ranking them, going from what I believe is the worst team to the best team, and just my favorites and everything and my reasonings why. So in last place, I do have the Denver Nuggets. This team is one that kind of came out of nowhere as one of his finalists in his 6 teams that he chose. This fit could be fun with LeBron and Nikola Jokic as the 2 elite playmakers of this time playing with each other, and I can just imagine that being pretty fun with their incredible playmaking abilities. But I think the fun kind of ends there. I think it looks cool on paper, Nikola Jokic and LeBron, but when you look at it fit-wise, I'm not sure how much LeBron just fits alongside Nikola Jokic. The Denver Nuggets are so coded to Nikola Jokic's game and his play style that I think it's just hard to fit a superstar alongside Nikola Jokic. Now, obviously, LeBron's not the superstar he was 10 years ago, but it is still LeBron James, and I don't think it's just easy to put LeBron next to Nikola Jokic. For as long as Jokic plays, I think the Nuggets' #1 priority should always be put elite role players alongside Nikola Jokic, not superstars. So I'm not too crazy about the fit here. I'm not too crazy about how fun it'll be. I think it could be a little fun just having 2 elite playmakers next to each other. I don't think the fit is very great, and I also just don't think it makes sense for LeBron's final year to go to the Nuggets. Seems kind of too random for me. So yeah, I got the Denver Nuggets in last place here. For 5th place, I do have the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm not too low on the Timberwolves as I was with the Nuggets. The Timberwolves were thrown around as a possible pairing, and the fit isn't too bad. I mean, LaMelo, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, and LeBron. I don't know who would be playing the 4 or the 3 there. It could be interchangeable. And then Gobert at the 5. That's one solid starting 5. But for Anthony Edwards, he's going into this year going to have to adapt to LaMelo, because Anthony Edwards is obviously the best player on this team. They just went out and got LaMelo Ball, who is a very high usage type of player, and he's going to have to get used to LaMelo as another lead guard alongside him, and to ask Anthony Edwards to also get used to LeBron next to him, who is also another high usage player. I just think that's too much to ask for Anthony Edwards, and too much to put on his plate going into this year, where he's also got to be your best offensive player, got to show up defensively, and then get used to LaMelo and LeBron getting added to his team. And he's never had to deal with something like that in his career. So fit-wise, it looks good on paper, not too crazy about how it would turn out on an actual court. And also, when you ask Anthony Edwards to play off the ball in the playoffs, we didn't see that too much. He was not crazy off the ball. Now, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. That probably was because of his injury he was dealing with. He wasn't as explosive, trying to probably conserve as much energy as possible. But for me, this just does feel like one that looks better on paper than it does actually on the court. It still could be fun. I'm not too high on the fit, and I'm not too sure if LeBron wants to end his career on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Again, that does feel kind of random. I feel like LeBron wants to choose a place that is special in some sort of way, and the last 2, the Timberwolves and the Nuggets, do feel kind of random. So coming up next is probably the most likely one. I will not be surprised if in the coming days we hear he is going to this team. This is the Cleveland Cavaliers. This is by far the most likely one. There was a picture that went around, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, of LeBron in Cleveland having dinner with a former St. Vincent St. Mary teammate, and he was also with the assistant general manager for the Cleveland Cavaliers at dinner. So I don't know what they were conversating about. It could be about basketball. It could be about just life. Who knows? And fit-wise, I'm honestly just not too crazy about it. They have a lot of ball handlers with Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, and even Evan Mobley gets his paint touches sometimes, his post touches as well. And then you add LeBron alongside of that. I just feel like this is a very talent-heavy lineup, but it just doesn't fit all the time when you do that. and I feel like this is just one that has too many cooks in the kitchen personally. The lineup would probably be Harden, Mitchell, LeBron, Mobley, and Allen. And man, that is a star-studded five because they have just so much talent. They have so many ways to attack you. But I just think it gets to a point where it gets just too much. And when you got guys like James Harden and Donovan Mitchell, they dribble the heck out of the ball a lot of the times. They're the ones playmaking and dishing the ball. I don't know. I just don't know where you fit LeBron in there. And in an East that's only getting better and better, I just don't think LeBron looks at the Cavs and thinks this is the best place for me to win. Maybe he wants to go to Cleveland for that homecoming back to Cleveland for the second time, feel that Cleveland energy when he hears number 23 out of St. Vincent St. Mary and he gets out into that starting five, and just the hype and energy about that and the love that he feels in Cleveland. That I'm totally for. That's why they're not lower, but Cleveland fit wise with the team just does not fit well with me. I just don't think that they would go very far in the playoffs. And they'd be good enough to win a lot of games in the regular season, that's for sure. But I don't know. They might, though, make it out the first round, could make it out the second. I do not see them making any farther personally in an East that only gets better. And also, LeBron doesn't really help them defensively in that backcourt where it's Donovan Mitchell and James Harden who aren't giving you much on that end already. And LeBron doesn't help you much either. I don't think this team would be very fun. I don't think the fit is very great, but this just makes the most sense out of any of these teams. LeBron going back home, having that finish to his career where he started in 2003, and even earlier when he was in Akron, Ohio, starting his basketball career. It would just be a storybook ending in that sense, and I would totally be down for LeBron to end his career in Cleveland just for that reasoning alone. So I'm not totally against him going back, but just fit-wise on the basketball court, I'm not too crazy about it. But for his career-wise, for it being a storybook ending, that would be the best spot out of all these teams. Next up in third place, I have the Golden State Warriors, possibly the most fun team on the list. LeBron, Curry, and Jimmy Butler when he comes back, Draymond Green, Kristaps Porzingis. This would be an incredibly fun team, and the highlight obviously being LeBron and Curry going from rivals for about like what it feels like forever, and going from rivals to teammates in the back halves of their careers, possibly LeBron's last year of his career. That would be super fun, super entertaining. Curry just running around the court, LeBron finding him, setting screens and all that, playing that like upgraded Draymond Green role, and obviously with more of an offensive punch as well with scoring the ball. That would be super fun, but just being honest, I don't know if this team is good enough to make it out the first round. I do think they'll be good enough to make the playoffs, probably make that playing game and win it to make the playoffs, but I just don't think they're good enough to even win a playoff series. Possibly one, depending on the matchup, but this will just be one of the more fun teams, maybe the most fun team. Winning wise, I don't think he's going to win a championship if he goes to the Warriors, but just on a fun level, it would just be so entertaining. They'd be must watch TV every night, and we saw what they did in the Olympics. Who knows if they can possibly replicate that, but LeBron and Curry being teammates would be super cool to watch. And it's also very close to LA, same state, if you want to throw in that kind of factor, if you think LeBron is thinking like that. But a few things also that are kind of holding me back from bringing the Warriors any higher is, for one, Jimmy Butler's still hurt. He tore his ACL in the second half of last year, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if my memory serves me correct there, but he tore his ACL. He's coming back early to the mid-section of next season, so you're not going to have a fully healthy lineup coming into the year. But also, a big thing that's holding me back with the Warriors is Steph Curry's health, which is hurting me to say. But Steph Curry only played 43 games last year and was dealing with stuff that was just constantly lingering and not going away. And that's a big question mark for me going into next year, is Steph Curry's health. And the last thing I'd want to see is LeBron go to Golden State hoping to play with Curry for all year, and then he doesn't even really play with him that much because Curry's dealing with injuries. So that's what's holding me back. I think that would suck to see if LeBron was just playing with Draymond Green for most of next year and not actually Steph Curry. So that's holding me back. What's having me put them in third and not any higher. But fun-wise, if everyone stays healthy, maybe the most fun on the list And fit-wise, it'd still be pretty decent. I don't think they're going to win the championship if LeBron goes to this team or even get close. And I think this would make sense for LeBron's career. I mean, why not go play with Steph Curry, who you constantly were meeting in the NBA Finals, go out and have just a career year having fun with each other for y'all's last time on the court with each other. Runner up to first place, I have the Philadelphia 76ers. I think this is just the most unreal fit when you look at Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Jaylen Brown, LeBron James, Joel Embiid. That just sounds like a monstrous lineup. And you might ask, this is a star-studded lineup just like the Cleveland Cavaliers. Why are they higher? I just believe that the Philadelphia 76ers have players that just work better off the ball. I feel like they're able to play off of each other better as well. Obviously, Jaylen Brown going to this team will take some time for them to adjust. And if LeBron goes, that'll take some time to adjust as well. But I think these players are just easier to play alongside of instead of guys like James Harden and Donovan Mitchell and guys like that. Tyrese Maxey, I can see playing off the ball. VJ, Jaylen Brown, LeBron, Embiid. These guys can be high usage, especially a guy like Tyrese Maxey. But they are also able to play off the ball. And defensively, they're not terrible either with guys like VJ and Jaylen Brown. Like, this team just kind of has a little bit of everything. Offensively, they'd be an absolute powerhouse of a lineup. And the bench wouldn't even be that bad either. And when you look at a guy like Joel Embiid, who has, as we all know, for his whole career had a lot of health issues and always missing time and everything, even in the playoffs, this is a lineup, when you take Joel Embiid out, that is still really good. And when you always see the 76ers, it's when Joel Embiid is out, they have to try and stay afloat. Just don't lose more games than you win. When Joel Embiid's out on this lineup, this team is not just staying afloat, but they are still great. Like, they would still win a lot of games even without Joel Embiid. You don't have to put all the offensive load on a guy like Joel Embiid. You got guys like LeBron, Jaylen Brown, Maxey, of course. VJ Edgecombe's only going to get better. Like, this team is just very, very solid in every single way. And fun-wise, I still do think it would be very fun. And for his career, like I said, I think if he wants to win a championship, this is the place to go. But the only things that are holding me back from putting it, one, is just it doesn't make the team perfect at all. They are still interior-wise, defensively, not getting any better with LeBron going to this team. And again, Joel Embiid does have those health issues, and LeBron at the 4 spot is not helping you interior-wise. So it's not the most perfect fit, but man, is it really, really fun to see and imagine this team on the court together. And in the playoffs, this would be insane. But number one, as soon as I saw LeBron is leaving the Lakers and going elsewhere, I thought of this team, and I thought it would be so much fun. The Warriors, I said, might be the most fun. This might be number 2 in my opinion, maybe even number 1 depending on how they play together. The Miami Heat, I would love LeBron reuniting with Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley over there in Miami and playing with Giannis. That would be unbelievable to see on the court. LeBron filling in that playmaker role, that ball handler role that they so desperately need right now. And Giannis, Bam, front court would hold it down defensively, and LeBron would be that ball handler that they need. A return to Miami would be so cool, and the familiarity is there if you want to look at it like that for LeBron. Yeah, it's not close to LA, but this is just going to be possibly 1 year of LeBron's life that he's going to be elsewhere, and it's still Miami. I mean, he went to Miami for a reason. I can definitely see LeBron wanting to go back to Miami and pair alongside Coach Spo again. I mean, he's been there. He was there since 2010 to 2014. I can just imagine this offense being so much fun. LeBron just running the break, throwing lobs to Giannis. Obviously, this is all hypothetical, and it sounds great on paper. We'd obviously have to see how it would mesh on the court. I just don't see a scenario where LeBron goes to the Heat and it's not just absolute must-watch TV. Defensively, they also got Andrew Wiggins and Davion Mitchell, so on the backcourt defensively, they're not incredibly out if LeBron's at that point guard spot, or maybe just playing that point forward spot. And I just believe LeBron can be the absolute glue that puts this offense together with his handling and playmaking. It would be very fun to watch Giannis and LeBron playing together. I can just picture just the absolute blast of an offense it would be to watch on TV, and just absolute must watch every night they play. Defensively, I think they don't lack if LeBron is that point forward spot, because of guys like Andrew Wiggins and Davion Mitchell, and front court wise, they will be one of the better teams defensively in the league. So fun, I think it is incredibly fun. Fit wise, I think LeBron is like the glue to put the offense together if he were to go there, and it definitely makes sense for him to go back to Miami for one last time. It's familiar for him. It's a coach he's had before, which is not easy to say in this league where so many coaches are out in within 2 years of bad coaching or whatever. Eric Spoelstra has been there for a very long time, someone that he's been with before. So I can definitely see that happening. Miami is a place he's lived in before. And who knows, if this team is good enough, they get a few more acquisitions, a few more role players that can fill out that bench, they could go on a run. That's just how good these guys are, especially Giannis, if he's able to stay healthy. Now, the only thing I can see if you are against the Miami Heat being number one is this could just be too much of a load to put on LeBron James at 41 years old, going on to 42 this year. So I can definitely see that there's a little bit of hesitation with that. You're asking a little bit too much of LeBron being that lead point guard, basically, lead point forward, lead ball handler, and playmaker on a team that's trying to win right now with Giannis and Bam. So it could be a little too much you're asking of him. But if LeBron's up for it in his final year, if he really wants to go for it, I think Miami is the place to go, where he'd be a very key piece of the offense, and he would have a chance to win the title. So that does it from me. Hopefully LeBron didn't make his decision by the time I'm editing this video and uploading it. I want LeBron to wait a little longer just so I can get this video out. I would hate for it to go in vain. Let me know what y'all think. If you're a fan of any of these teams, how would you like LeBron on this team? Would you not want him? Would you want him, or are you kind of in the middle about it? Or if you're not a fan of any of these teams, what do you think about these fits? Do you like them? Do you not like them? Or are you kind of mixed on them? Let me know in the comments below. Hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell so you can be notified as soon as I upload, especially when LeBron picks that team he is going to finish off with. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.